But you know, really, the thing was too, man. It's my life has changed because I can't still, you know. And when he told me the other day, I was like, "So what can I do?" He's like, "Live your life, man. You can go to the gym, but you can't work out with 180 pounds. You know what I mean? You can work out with 60 pounds, or you're gonna curl, work out with 20 pounds, but live your life. Yeah,
you can't be a power lifter anymore.
So this guy,
hey, your wife's lifted a lot more than you, buddy.
So I go back to the gym the first day, right? I haven't been to the gym for a while. My boy's like, my boy, but that's like every old fella in there. Where you been, man? We gotten bigger. I'm like, and so Jahnna, I look over, and anybody knows Jahnna, she's a beast anyway when it comes to the gym. She's over there, got like 40 pounds more than me.
I do not make that noise.
Well, something like that. And she had power cuffs on. I can't wear power cuffs anymore. And she's lifting, and I'm over there like,
hey,
Tim said, "Once you get a shirt that says I'm a heart patient."
Tattoo tough guy over there benching the bar.
Putting like 30 up. But you know what?
Oh my God.
You know, it felt good to be back in there and doing. I can do my DDPY, thank God, because that strengthened my heart and caused me to lose a lot of weight.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm back hardcore on the diet. I'm back hard, and not a diet. It's a life change.
Yeah.
We can't call it a diet, Tim. It's a life change. If we
No,
don't,
it really is.
If we don't do it, and we joke a lot, and we get this on CopNCon. You guys are laughing, and somebody just got shot. You know, but we're not laughing at somebody got shot. You know, play silly games, get silly prizes, but we're just that's how we handle stuff, and we're making light of a situation and doing it, but. You know, there was days, bro, I was depressed, bro, and still, I'm still.
You hinted it to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't go into.
You're like not today, but yesterday I wasn't. But you really probably were that day.
Yeah.
You know, and again, man, not by no means are we, you know, big deal influencers anyway, but people, we got a lot of followers and people know us.
People get the vibe or don't get the vibe.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of people, you know, we've got people that follow us, right? Mm-hmm. And people that know. So some people made some assumptions, you know, because they go off of social media. They're going off of a picture or a music video or doing something, and they had no clue what was going on, you know. And New Year's is something I'm gonna try to change and practice, and it's called restraint. And what I mean by restraint is just because I'm thinking it, I don't have to say it. I don't have to go defend myself. I'm going to try to restrain with choking people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to try to restrain with my words and let God kind of answer and do that. But there was a couple days, man, that, you know, I got some text messages that I read them, and I was just like, did this dude just really say this to me? You know what I mean? Like, cause I didn't want to get on there every day and go, well, the doctor now had to send me through another test cause my lungs might be too weak to stay alive on, why they cut off my, you know, heart supply or whatever.
Well, there's a lot of unknowns.
You know, I didn't need to tell everybody that if they wasn't close to my camp, you know what I mean? Or in the camp. So it was a lot of emotional stuff. And you know me, man, I worked hard these last 8 years of being sober and I don't like to let people down because if I tell you I do it, I want to do it. And it took me a long time for people to even book us to come places. They're like, we love Dave, but he might not show up. You know what I mean? And so doing all that, it was hard for me on that side. You know what I mean? Like in doing it. And so, you know, where we're at now, we're ready. Relentless Hope, CopNCon. Yeah. I mean, 2026 is going to be our year, I believe.
Yeah, your Relentless Hope stuff is amazing. I got a chance to go back through. If you haven't done it, go back through the videos.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at, you know, your loss through Ian and,
you
know, the hurricanes and Southwest Florida. And, you know, you guys, the way you know, get the strength and energy to come back and do this is quite amazing. But we got so much going on. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah. But the thing is, like, with that, though, that's what drives you, right? So, you know, you're kind of like stuck for the minute, but you know what's coming. Yeah. And we know that if we can make somebody laugh, we can have a little fun amongst ourselves, and we can all get together. Yeah. Those are valuable. Well,
that's what it's all about. I mean, you know, anytime we get to go to lunch together or we get to do something together or we get to hang out, it's never a dull moment, and there's always memories made. Yeah. We're always laughing. Sometimes we're talking serious. Sometimes we're talking business. Yeah. Sometimes I'm trying to pick your brain about stuff because I didn't always have the best financial coaches. Like, heck no, bud, blow it at the bar, spend it all.
Shit, you never know what's going to happen.
He's like, strippers. He's like,
You might be done tomorrow.
He's like, but I ain't never seen a hearse with a U-Haul behind it. You know what I mean? Like you know. So I was like, well, if we make 1,000, we spend 1,000, right? You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always pick your brain or ask, hey, do you think this is a good idea, or what do you think about this or that? You know, I value what you say. So
I appreciate it.
All our time together is always building we're building our relationship. Who would have think, 2 years in here that we would be as close, like our friendship started from boom, 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 and it just excelled where now when you were down on the surgery, my life was like, I'm like, man, I'm missing because you're part of my life so much, right?
Yeah, and what's really cool about both of you is you both have kind of the same hearts. Tim,
his is more.
No, but Tim is very giving with his time and with helping people, and there's so many things that you do for other people. And David is very much the same way. So I think that's kind of like the bond and the connect that you two have, besides the funny part.
We get crazy.
Well, I think the reality is like when I think I feel good about trying to help somebody out if they need it, or you see like folks that maybe have a little bit of a rough patch, and I know recently I've been involved in helping some people just get up on their feet.
Yes.
And it feels good when you see them succeed. Now we know there's people out there that when other people succeed, they don't look at it as all that. That's like, oh, that I don't really like that. But when I see people, and I know you're the same way because we've had many discussions, people doing good, people doing the right thing, it kind of makes us all feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I've got so many great friends. My friends are the world to me. Behind the family.
Yeah.
And they are family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it just when everybody's in a good place, I think when you go to sleep at night and everybody's where they're supposed to be and life is the best it can be.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And definitely, man, you've helped us and in more ways than one. I mean, just in every aspect, and Alex, you know what I mean? Just through the time, just we were trying not to blow her up, and she's always like, you guys, blah 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 blah.
Now Alex is my female wife. Not that not if you get another arrangement going, but Alexandra, but
yeah.
She is a female.
Here at the Relentless,
she's a great wife.
No. We love when she's with us. She just shakes her head and smiles.
She thinks we're crazy.
Yeah, thinks we're crazy.
Yeah, she thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I love about her. She's
so
laughing.
quiet. Wife's so
She
quiet.
is.
Yeah, she's laid back with us.
She holds her own.
Hey, but she
Trust
don't
me.
take no guff now.
No.
I love eating at restaurants with her because she gets it squared around, buddy.
Yep.
She'll get a server squared around in a nice way, like he had this.
Yeah.
She know because she used to be
She
one. I bet
knows.
she was a great server too. She did it, and but
she was so good during.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what I
thing.
mean.
Like,
She was
stayed with
taking
me every
was.
minute
care of
at
you,
the
man.
hospital, and
Yeah.
She
I'm
took
like,
such
wow.
good care.
Like,
Yeah.
that's because that's no fun sitting in a hospital all
No.
night, not sleeping in your bed, or
No.
you look over and I'm in the
No.
bed all laid out like this, watching TV and she's sleeping over here.
Your back's all crazy.
That's the same thing with her, like medicine, man. It's like she's like, here's your medicine. You can't eat that. You can't. And at every moment, she's not. She's making sure I'm taken care of.
Yeah.
Thank God. And you got a good wife taking care of you. Because I'm not the easiest guy, if you can't imagine this, to deal with. People always ask Jahnna, is he always funny and laughing like this? And she says, absolutely
not.
Catch him in traffic or when he's hungry
A
and wild.
concert
tired.
over Miami.
I'm glad Jelly Roll lost a lot of weight, but I'll never take nobody to see him again. I
my
liked when Jelly Roll
gosh.
only had 12 people in the club.
Was he Post Malone and Jelly Roll?
That was it,
Post
Post
Malone
Malone.
and Jelly Roll.
Greatest concert your kids ever went to until after the end.
And all they'll remember
The whole car ride home.
when my number gets punched, all they'll talk about laughing is how mad Dad was at the guitar place.
my
I go, that's a half a guitar.
Guitar.
No, but
I
it's
forgot all
funny.
about that.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you've got to be doing one of these, or you got to do a sleep study.
I was told very similar conversation that you had, like, hey Chubby, you got hey Chubby, you got sleep apnea, and I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm great.
I mean, I sleep at night. I looked over at my wife. Do I snore? And basically the same comment, like,
right.
no, yeah, you're chubby.
Yeah,
you got it. You got it. And I'm like, Is there somebody out there like giving you a ton of money for
Yeah,
everybody
I
to
think
sign
it-
up?
well,
for
I know.
I
sleep
was
study?
thinking that.
I do know this.
Or-
A sleep study is $8,000.
Yes.
And let me tell you, I had to go to one order from the doctor. So let me tell you about Dave's sleep study situation.
Oh my
Because if you have to go, I want to prepare you. I've never been to one. I know a lot of people wear them little Darth Vader masks and all this. And Jahnna would be worried about me
Yeah.
when I'm sleeping, because now coming to find out, sleep apnea is bad for your heart
Yeah.
because there's certain valves that go through and it works.
Your heart stops.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Literally.
so they're like,
So
dude,
I'm
you
always
need to
checking
get
on him.
checked.
Breathing, are you breathing?
Yeah, so they're like, you need to
he
get
warm?
checked. You need to get checked. I'm like, all right. So, they had to go through. I had to go to a consultation. They said, okay, we'll set it back up. I'm like, all right. So I go there. I get the thing. Okay, you're going to this night. Well, they give you a list of
Dave's
what.
doing a sleepover.
Yeah. No, listen.
Let me bring
Slumber
my bag.
party. Listen,
Slumber
he was like,
party.
I need you to go get me some jammies.
I go, honey. So I'm reading the list. It said, pajamas, button up. I don't have no button
Jammies
up.
have the footies.
Yeah.
the zip ups with the feet.
Footies?
So I go, listen. I tell John I'm reading the list. I say, all right, John, I need some pajamas. So she gets me these nice blue ones, button up. I'm like, all right. It says, if you want, bring snacks and drinks. No, listen.
So he's got his own
Good thing they
backpack.
didn't- It's a good thing they didn't tell me that. I would have brought some drinks. All right. Yeah, I know
well, it
you're
said
not
no
gonna-
alcohol, okay? And so they said snacks and drinks. I don't drink alcohol. I was like, I'm in there. So I bought 2 big waters, bam, in the side of my Nike backpack. Snacks.
Snacks galore.
Well, so man, I
Oh.
loaded up my book bag with some snacks.
They know I got a heart issue. They're
Favorite-
telling me I can bring snacks. So.
They're setting me
It's
up
like a
for
pass for
they're
the
setting
night.
me up for heart failure. Get it? And so I put my headphones in there, bro. There's like, if you want to bring my
toothbrush, your
toothbrush, I'm ready to
toothpaste.
go. I grabbed my pillow. I'm like, all right, baby, I got to be there at 8. Kissed her goodbye, hopped in the truck. Boom. I roll up in there, back in. I walk in. There's a guy who's probably about my age, maybe a little younger, could be a little older. I don't know. A kid and his mom, and then an older lady. So I come in.
Getting their
Yeah,
Time
there's
studies.
4 of
Okay.
us. There's 4 of us in the waiting room. They go, all right, we'll check you in. I go up, okay, check in,
have
sit
a
down.
nice sleep well tonight.
Yeah, no, listen.
Wait, because the guy goes.
No, so the guy, I come in with my pajamas on, and you know me, anything I'm wearing matches, right?
Yeah.
So I got blue on, I
Costume.
got blue socks, blue slides. He goes, wow, you look comfy.
Comfy.
I'm like, yeah, let's get this party started. I got my pillow, buddy. John, I have my bag, my waters, my snacks, my headphones. So the lady goes, I'll be back, and I got to take these 2 back, then I'll take you 2 back. Okay. So she comes in, real nice lady. She subscribed to our podcast, so if you're listening to this. So we go in. She sits down. She goes, okay, don't lay down yet or something. You sit in this chair. I got to come back in, take about 45 minutes to hook you up. Set your bag down over there. Well, I'm thinking, there's my snacks over there. So I set my bag down. Oh, I never seen that bag again until I left. Okay, because she comes back in, they paint all these stains and put them on your head.
It's like toothpaste.
You gotta put these stains down all on your legs, and yeah, it's like toothpaste. Finally, she gets me set up. She says, "Okay, lay down." I'm like, "What the hell did you bring snacks for? I'm gonna go eat them now." And they're laying
You
here.
like put them into bed?
I
with you?
didn't bring no snacks. I couldn't get back out of the bed, so I lay down in the bed, and it's like a hospital
You
bed.
start thinking about them
I
snacks.
was thinking,
couldn't get your mind
I
off
was
it.
mad, man.
They're all
And
his
then I'm
favorites.
texting Jahnna. I think I sent you guys a picture.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said you look like an alien.
Yeah, I sent a picture.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
see
all
that
right,
picture.
I'm here, and they told me you can't have your phone over here because it'll make the things go off. So I sent it over, but I'm like, it's the first time I slept away from Jahnna in 5 years.
Oh, wow.
First night I've slept away from her in 5 years, bro.
Wow.
So I put it over, the phone over, which that's weird for me, man. We don't sleep away from each other. We travel. We're always together. Not everybody does that, but that's us, And so I'm laying over there, and, it's like you turn on the first channel. You can't really hear it, but it's like 2.5 Men, I think it was, or whatever it was. So I just turned it on, and I'm laying there, and she's like, I'll be back to check on you. Anybody knows me? I was asleep.
Really?
Fell out.
I'd be sitting there looking
No,
at
know.
no.
I'm
I fell out.
surprised.
I fell out at first, and then, but she did tell me prior, if you fall asleep, we'll monitor you till X amount of time, and then if you hit criteria, we're gonna come in and we have to put the mask on you. I'm sleeping good. 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. That was like 9. I get woke up. Okay.
You hit criteria.
You hit the criteria. We got to put the mask on. Are you claustrophobic? I'm like, not really. I've been some places where you can't leave. You know what I mean? So I've been around, and so she sticks that mask on me, bro. And then I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. You know how when your kid, when they're little, you go, it's bedtime. They go, I gotta use the bathroom. And then they're like, can I get a drink
Can I
of
turn the
water?
fan up?
I was that kid. She put the mask on me. She's like, all right, go back to bed.
We got a bad one in room 202.
Well, even in my report, it kind of says you suck without saying you suck. But so I lay down, and she's like, all right, go back to sleep. And I'm like, I'm thinking about the snacks. I'm thinking about, like, I'm missing my wife right now. I'm about to cry, dude. Like, it was weird. I know it sounds like a sissy, but I don't really care. Come talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. But didn't she? And then I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, I need more oxygen or whatever. She puts that on. I lay there. I never go back to sleep. I lay there probably hour and 45 minutes trying. Dude, I started having. I went from 2.5 Men to the preacher Charles Stanley. I turned up message loud. I'm like, God, because then my chest started hurting and I can't breathe. And I'm like, oh man, they sent me here for my chest. I'm hurting, bro. And I'm thinking, no snacks, dying like this. My wife's not here,
and I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. And then I press the button. She comes in. I'm like, hey, I can't breathe. Like, she's all right, we're gonna try to adjust it. Go back in. She leaves. Now we're getting into I laid there literally. I prayed, God, please let me go back to sleep so they can do this test, right? Because then she comes.
$8,000.
Yeah, $8,000 later.
No snacks.
She comes back in. I go, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Now it's like 3:30, 3 something. I get up at 4 a.m. and I don't go back to bed. Like, she goes, all right, you want to try a different mask? Just puts a different mask on me, and I lay there for like another half hour, like. It was a littler mask, so it wasn't as bad, but I still didn't like it. She came in. She goes, you want to end the study? I go, can we? She goes, I can't tell you that. I go, well, here, I'm not going back to bed, and I'm not going to waste your time and mine. I want to go home. So they took it off of me, and basically she looked at me like, this guy's a sissy. And I called her. I said, I'm on my way home. But I came home. I dumped all them snacks on the bed and ate every one of them. I ate every one of them in one sitting, didn't I? 5:30 in the morning.
It's like a little kid just opening it.
I'm like, they don't want to let me eat my snacks. So I do get my report.
He goes, look at my hair. Look what's in my hair. It looked like big gobs of toothpaste everywhere.
I got severe. I was severe. I stopped like 39 times.
So you didn't
in 1 hour.
pass.
No, and that was even without doing it with the mask. So yeah, 39 times in an hour I quit breathing or whatever it was. Severe. So now they're sending me a CPAP thing, and I got to go in because I didn't finish the test strong. I got to go back.
Did you get a certificate?
No, I got to go back.
Did you get a certificate?
No, I got a paddle.
I know what that.
No, but no, I gotta go back, don't I?
Jeez.
And then they got to test me again. But they're good. Anyway,
I bet there's gonna be anxiety for that.
well, and then they said, if this helps me sleep better, it helps my heart. I'm all about trying it. You know what I mean? But it was. Don't take snacks to your sleep study.
I could hear them at the counter when you roll in the next time.
No, they're talking about.
Oh, we got
too.
one coming in. We got Mr. Social Media Podcaster coming in again.
I was like, you guys need to watch our new rap video, Silly Santa. If you haven't watched it, watch Silly Santa.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, I'm like, in the test it said patient unwilling to finish or something. Basically, like I ended the study. But while I'm laying there with a mask, I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, please tell me there's people worse than me. Like, she goes, oh yeah, some people won't even put it on.
Yeah.
And she did say, but whether she was lying to me or not, because everything's recorded in there, so they probably heard me fart.
Yeah.
But everything's recorded. But she's like, I could see you were trying to sleep because I was like trying to be like a ninja, like. You got to put your mind somewhere else.
Yeah.
And but it didn't work. I sucked.
It's kind of like you didn't do what they. Well, no,
they got enough.
Yeah,
they got enough,
yeah,
but I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Then they needed to see the mask, like
Yeah.
how much probably oxygen I needed or whatever.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, Pastor Paul, my buddy, he explained it all. He knows real well, but.
Probably shouldn't say this, but same thing happened with the cardiac rehab. I go in there one time and I'm looking around. I'm like, this is not where I need to be.
Right.
I mean, they put the little monitor on you as like a 95-year-old guy on a treadmill, and they're sitting there watching him. I'm like, no, I'm going to do my own cardiac rehab.
Right.
I walked the last 3 days. I walked
Yeah, you've been
Yes.
getting some steps in. I'm proud
about
of
10
you.
miles, and I actually doing a little run and
Yeah.
jogging. So, yeah.
So you're doing good.
My doctor's like, okay, I'm going to put it on there. He goes, I'm going to document that you said you didn't want to do it. I go, sir, whatever you wanted. And I'm doing the math, right? So it's $279 per session times 36.
Right.
So it comes out to about $9,000. I said, I can walk. I can do that myself.
I got a neighborhood.
You know what it's like?
Yeah,
it's like, and then the old saying is, well, the insurance pays for it, don't they? I go, well, it's pushing the end of the year, you know, my deductible, whatever. But the thing is, it's still $9,000.
Exactly.
I don't even want to talk about insurance. I've had some feats on that, you know. It's been and I'll save all my views on that. I don't want to get on because I'll get mad.
Yeah.
But insurance, you don't need it till you need it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right? You don't think about medical insurance. Listen, fact of the matter is, without Jesus, Jahnna, and recovery and a good support system and good friends, I'd probably be dead or in prison right now. You know what I mean? But prior, I lived my life like I wouldn't live to be 30 anyway, because I was always told my whole life I'd be dead by the time I was 30. Some people said 20. So if you're out there and you're young and you think it is, your health's not important until your health is important. When all this started to happen, I started thinking about, man, am I going to see Jackson get married? Am I going to see Nevaeh have babies? Am I going to see Liliana and all my grandkids grow up? And stuff is not as important as you think it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So take care of your health. I know we joke a lot, but it's serious. Important. And also, get you some health insurance, because if you ain't got good, you ain't gonna get them pills each month.
Yeah, 250. I think it was $254,000 for an open heart that went for the most part smooth.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I can't even imagine throwing in a couple 75 cents.
Yeah.
Or $75
ibuprofen or whatever. Remember, we were talking about that in mine.
I'm like, holy
I know,
smokes.
everything. I'm not even going to get into some of the things already.
Yeah.
Just all the tests. Yeah. I had to go get this like lung where they go in through my throat and take pictures of my heart, you know, to see if I can my breathing's going to be strong enough. And that was another thing, you know, I got a lot of weak stuff, you know, from partying all my life, right? So we had to do all this, and I can't even remember what that procedure was, and I got a really steep deductible each month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one medicine's like $800. I got to take 4 different ones.
Yeah. $850, another one $750.
Yeah, so you know it's real life, and again, we're grateful, we're thankful. We could not be here talking to each other. We could be having
the alternative is not real well.
No, the alternative is not.
Because someone told me the other day like $250,000. I thought it'd be more than that. I'm like, well, I think that's a lot of money, but I guess you're right. The alternative is not real good. You know? Not being here.
Yeah, But so going through all that, it's been what are you taking into 2026, Tim? Out of 2020, we kicked off 2025 strong though.
Yeah, you did.
You know, we did a podcast kicking off 2025 together. Matter of fact, talking about some things. And you know, I made a post the other day. It said, you know, again, I'm not against motivational speakers. I'm not against pastors who get on there and tell you mindset changes. I believe all of that. You know, it's great to have money. It's great to be motivated. It's great to mindset. But sometimes, no matter what you're doing, 2025 might not have been your year, spiritually, physically, financially, or mentally. That don't mean you did anything wrong. That just means that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes, you know, Job asked God over 100 and something times why in different forms, and God never answered. All he said was, follow me. So if you're out there and you think 2025 was your fault, or you're watching a motivational speaker, or you're taking these steps and it's not working, sometimes it's just God letting you go through the storm without going through the shortcut to get you ready for the ending and what you're going to do. So hang on. So what are you taking out of 2025? Because like I said, we were rocking and rolling. We had a good year. CopNCon was doing great. Relentless Hope was blowing up. We were doing our thing. We were excited. You sold the studio to the guys who were doing a good job down there, and was transitioning some stuff, and we were getting ready to kick in for just CopNCon, Relentless Hope. And what do you want to take out of 2025 into 2026, and what are your goals to maybe change difference?
Well, I think the big thing is like live in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, you could say, okay, we drove up from Naples, Fort Myers to Sarasota, and you know, you got to drive up, but we're talking in the car.
It's the moment.
We're having like conversation, and we're having fun, and we're laughing. Whether it's with your mother, with your wife, with your daughters, with your kids, live in the moment. And I have to really practice at that, because our lives go so fast.
Yeah.
So live in the moment, you know, be thankful for what you have. And sometimes it takes you need to go outside your comfort zone to sometimes be thankful for what you got. In other words, you know, something like this will definitely will break you down to the core.
Yeah.
But when you have a conversation with somebody, listen, and I need practice in that, and listen to what they're saying. And when you hug somebody, also remember it might be the last time you do it. So hug them and care about people like it might be the last. You know, you don't run through life like scared, like you're not going to make it the next day, but always cherish those moments. And, you know, like I've been fortunate. I've been pretty blessed in my life. So, you know, everybody knows me kind of being a little bit tight. Enjoy life, you know. Yes. Take the extra couple minutes, you know, spend the extra $1. Enjoy what you can when you got it. So, and again, just take care of yourself. That's a big one. You know, we do, like you said, we do joke, we do laugh. But I think that's part of our persona, right? Yeah. So, but take care of yourself and try to, you know, spend the time. I mean, those doctors, sometimes they're like they are for a reason, because they see people die, and they're like, listen, you know, to me, hey chubby, you better lose some weight, or you better get back on. You better start walking. And he gave me the list of what I need to do, and he said, you better do it, because ultimately, he basically told me the other day, like, I work for you. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I'm telling you what you need to do. Yeah. And it's on you. So that's kind of, and I really want I want every year to get better every year. And I think we've had a good 2025. 26 is going to be more exciting, and then 27, 28. And like I said, I want for nothing, you know, my friendships, my family, and the Lord above, and all that. That's it.
Good, man.
Yeah.
What about you, babe? What are you going to take out of 2025? We had a good Relentless Hope did good. We got to go on a summer tour.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of lives change. Our marriage class, we've had friends come in, life change. You know, like I said, CopNCon. We've had a lot of good things. Exo Marriage, we went. Yeah. We got certified in different marriage things, and Symbus and all these things. And but on a personal level, all that's great. But 2025, what do you want to leave behind, and what do you want to take with you, and what's the goals?
I want to be even more intentional, you know, with the things that I do. I think through all this, it was easy to get off track a little bit, and, you know, be so worried about what's going on at home, you know, that I'd have to push myself to worry more about other people, you know, outside of our home. So, but anytime you do that, then you just realize there's so many people out there hurting. You know, there's so many people that need, hey, just to know that they're thought about, or they're important, you know, and that God's real. And that's definitely something I want to work on, is just to be even more intentional, you know, and kind of like Tim said, live in the moment, you know, seize the day, because we're not promised tomorrow, you know. So every little time with a grandbaby, with my kids, you know, no matter how tired you are, but just taking full advantage and being fully present, you know.
Same thing.
Intentional and present,
Intentional, present. Thing with me, I said I want to practice restraint. Not say it. I don't have to get in every conversation. I don't have to see something that upsets me and I got to put my 2 cents in. You know, I want to just try to be an edifier and an uplifter to people. Yes. Whether it's joking and lightening up somebody's day. You know, sometimes we feel like we've got to be on a platform, whatever, whether it be a podcast, a stage, a microphone. Then you're talking to people. You become the thing you're talking down. I think there's more about what you're saying, sitting at lunch, in a car, in a circle at a table, talking about stuff. Then you become one versus listen to this, you know. And sometimes it's easy in this world for me to get like, oh, we got to book this show. We need to be here if they're not getting this view, you know. And I think this year, you know, going into that, my life is changing health-wise. I got to look at other job options. I know the internet and a lot of exes and people think that Relentless Hope's knocking down super big checks because they see songs or they see views and they see, but you know, I gotta do some changing into 2026. What I'm gonna do financially, what I'm gonna do, you know, how in pool tables, all this. So I just want to practice restraint, you know, because guys working for me, they don't do it like I think, and they're trying hard and they're doing good. You know, my son-in-law's doing great. Chris, they're trying. So I think I'm going to leave 2025 a lot of Dave's old ways, controlling ways, and try to go into 2026 and just be positive. You know, keep God first. Try to be the best husband, best dad, best granddad. peepaw and the best friend and partner I can be. You know what I mean? And I think if we keep God first, the rest of that'll go. You know,
Follow
so
suit.
and I'm like you. You know, like a lot of people say, oh, you and Jahnna go to these marriage things and you do this and your marriage is good. You know, our marriage isn't perfect, but I want it each year to get better. And if I work on my relationship with God and my marriage, every other relationship has to grow, right? And that's what we're working on. So, you know, that's really what CopNCon, Relentless Hope, we're all about. Just bringing it in, man. We had a crazy end of the year. These last 3 months been a ride, man. Yeah. You know, the last 3 months,
without a doubt.
the last 3 months have been a ride, bro. Emotionally, you know, not only for me worried about you and you doing that, and then really, I could have cared less. You know, just recently have I cared about a podcast, a song, a reaction. I didn't care about that. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, some of the things that people were saying was pushing me the opposite direction, where I was about to quit all of it. I even at one time told Jackson to delete everything. He's like, Dad, let's think about this. Let's think about this.
Jackson.
Let's think about this. I'm like, I don't care about YouTube. I don't care about
15 seconds.
You know,
I'm taking the password away. Buddy.
Yeah, you know.
I'm
but
changing it.
So with that being said, you know, keep God first. Keep your family close. Keep your friends close. Be ready for CopNCon.
Amen.
Yep.
Be ready for Relentless Hope. Keep your eyes open, because we ain't slowing down now. We're going to put it on the brake. We might be slow. I'm only 38. I might not be running. You might see him running. I'm going to be walking behind him, but I ain't going to be eating McDonald's.
We got ways to speed you up.
Yeah, we do.
We got a little AI.
No. And shout out to my niece, Sophia Rimmel. You see us rocking. Sophia's
Let's go.
number 5. I love her. I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
She plays b-ball. Goes
Who's
gonna
she
be a
play for?
nurse. Purdue.
It's her third
Purdue
year of
South?
college.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Southwest, right?
Captain.
She's a captain. She's a leader, man, all the way around.
is.
Very proud of her. I love all my nieces and all my
It's
kids.
great that you're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, man.
we
Anytime
love
we
her.
get to support her, we do, because, you know, she's a college kid, man,
Yeah.
you know, and it's expensive, and she's living and doing stuff. And plus, we get to,
doing it.
you know, she's a pretty girl, man.
Yep.
And very talented basketball player. So
Yeah.
we love you, Sophie. We're out. Peace.
Peace.